So the livestream host grabs our main character's phone and calls a contact saved his wife. Talk about a disaster in the making.
And then, boom, the top actress's cold voice rings out, asking if he missed her. Pure panic mode. You see, Gu Xingyan and Bai Ningbing are in a secret contract marriage, so he quickly blurts out, "Ningbing, I am live on a show."
She freezes, then instantly switches to her professional tone, claiming she was just reciting movie script lines.
Whew, honestly, that was a close one. He hangs up fast, trying to stay calm under the host's incredibly suspicious look. Our boy laughs it off, claiming he is just a huge fanboy whose ultimate dream is marrying someone as beautiful as her. The host plays along with a sarcastic laugh, saying that is everyone's dream, but deep down, Xingyan is totally fuming. Meanwhile, the live chat absolutely explodes. Fans are already bringing up their crazy chemistry from last year's show. Some are cheering, but others are furious, telling this nobody actor to stop leeching off their goddess. Within minutes, her toxic fandom completely wrecks the stream, but Xingyan is honestly used to this level of hate. During last year's dating show, she was the biggest star, while he was just an extra, yet they ended up together. No one believed it was real back then. Her fans still hate him because he's just a rookie with 0 major roles. They think he is a total nobody trying to date a superstar, but does he care? Not at all. Because at the end of the day, she is actually his wife. After work, he disguises himself and heads straight to her hotel. Arriving late at night, he finds her fast asleep on the couch, still holding tomorrow's script under a dim lamp. This is so soft. He quietly steps inside to avoid waking her up, but she opens her eyes the second he gets close. Rubbing her eyes, she sleepily asks why he is not in bed yet. He sits down, and she naturally rests her legs on his lap. She got hurt doing stunts today and asks him to apply some medicine. Doing action dramas is no joke. Her robe slips, revealing a nasty bruise on her leg. Seeing this always breaks his heart. He wants to tell her to stop working so hard. He is rich enough to support her forever. But acting is her dream. So he just quietly rubs the warm medicine onto her bruise, gently apologizing for the accidental livestream call earlier. He asks if it will cause her trouble, but she shrugs it off, saying she is already used to rumors. He relaxes, but then she mentions that people are mostly attacking him, which actually annoys her. She literally offers to post their marriage certificate online to defend him. Talk about wife energy. But he stops her, wanting to protect her rising career. Unfortunately, she totally misinterprets his refusal as him wanting to hide her. He nods without looking up, completely missing how cold her expression just turned. She kicks him out of the bedroom, throwing his pillows onto the couch. Talk about a sudden plot twist. While he's standing there utterly confused, a friend calls him up to gossip about the trending scandal. The guy asks if he really bagged the movie queen. To keep his marriage private, Xingyan lies and denies it. The friend laughs. He says there was no way she would ever choose a nobody, claiming she only dates rich, powerful guys. Then he starts spreading trashy rumors about how she supposedly sold herself for fame when she first debuted. Xingyan hangs up immediately. Nobody knows her better than him. He met her when he was just 15. Back then, she was 18 and became the spokesperson for his family's company. He was just a kid helping out during summer break. His dad forced him to work at the store to stop him from playing video games all day. Being a rebellious teenager, he skated straight into the store, lost control on the slippery tiles, and almost crashed. But right before he face-planted, a pair of gentle arms caught him. It was Ningbing, standing right there. She took the impact, nearly falling herself, but she never let go. She softly asked if he was okay. Looking up, he was captivated by her beautiful, caring eyes. No blame, no anger, just pure warmth. That single moment completely changed him. The lazy, rebellious kid decided it was time to turn his life around. His dad knew exactly how to motivate him, promising to invest in her movies for every 50 points his grades improved. Knowing how brutal the entertainment industry is for someone without a background, he wanted to be her shield. So he studied like crazy, pulling off a legendary academic comeback from the very bottom to the top. His dad kept his promise, funding her movies and helping her career soar. She became a superstar. But with success came toxic rumors, with people claiming she slept her way to the top. Little did they know. Our male lead gets so mad defending his idol online that his parents confiscate his phone.
They tell him to study and go abroad. His entire life is planned. Except for Binding Bing.
His family strictly forbids celebrity crushes, but he secretly gets her number anyway. Right before his massive exams, he actually invites her to meet in a private lounge. She sneaks in like a secret agent. Laughing, she teases him about turning 18. Honestly, she looks absolutely stunning. Honestly, she is a total goddess, and he can barely even look her in the eyes. The autograph is just an excuse. He just wanted to spend a moment alone with her, happily calling her sister. She writes a sweet message, but her eyes look low-key heartbreaking as she speaks. Gu Xinyan didn't get the sadness in her eyes, but that signed card becomes his daily motivation. The other side has her picture. Stunning, sweet, but a classmate spots it. The bully snatches it, mocking him. He holds it out of reach, sneering that she secretly sells herself to rich sponsors. Classmates crowd around, instantly hooked on the juicy drama. Gu Xinyan snaps. He grabs the guy's collar, demanding proof. You make up lies again, and you're done. Other classmates tell the bully to back off. Cornered, he screams. He pulls out his phone, smirking and saying his dad was at that party too. Did she pour your dad a drink? Okay, that totally crosses the line. Gu Xinyan folds him with one massive punch, causing absolute chaos in the entire classroom. Phone smashed, heavy suspension. At home, his furious dad whips out a belt to teach him a lesson. No apologies, she is completely innocent. His dad reveals he actually helped her escape the party. Gu Xinyan freezes in absolute shock. Pure bad news, his dad warns. He remembers her bright, innocent smile. No matter what they say, he refuses to believe it. If he doesn't see it, he won't believe it. Unable to sleep, he finally breaks down and dials the number he has memorized by heart. He sits straight up, asking where she is. She acts cold. Asking her to find a quiet spot to talk, a drunk voice breaks in. A creepy older man slurs her name. He hears a physical struggle. Grabbing her. Pay your dad's debt, he demands. She panics, promising to pay him back soon. The creep refuses to let go, forcing our lead to desperately demand her current location. She screams a hotel name before the call cut. He races out. He drives like an absolute madman, but thankfully, the police get there first to arrest him. Guo Xinyan wraps his jacket around her torn dress, but she pulls away. Exhausted. Broken. He follows her, asking why she does this. She tells him to back off. Is our sponsorship not enough? Blocking her path, he completely loses his temper and demands to know why she is ruining her own life. Eyes red, she fires back that she is just a greedy, bottomless pit. Stop playing the moral judge, she snaps. He softens, quietly asking if she is in trouble, but she is completely closed off. You can't even tell if those are raindrops or tears. Handing the jacket back, she tells Xinyan they belong in different worlds. She demands to be left alone. Right then and there, she blocks Xinyan entirely. This childhood crush ends abruptly. No confession. She simply vanishes. She disappears completely. Meanwhile, the creep who harassed her gets out of jail and immediately leaks her family secrets. Turns out her father is a total deadbeat who stole company funds and ran. Bankrupt and blacklisted, he left her with his debts, so when she became a superstar, the public slammed her for keeping the cash. The backlash is instant, canceled overnight. And to save herself, she releases her bank history. Turns out every single penny she earned went directly into paying off her father's massive debts. She paid off the victims' families, slowly clearing every single debt. But just as the internet finally quiets down, trouble returns. Her awful father shows up to ruin her, playing the victim. Dragging along his disabled father, he publicly claims she neglects them and even lies that she physically abuses her elderly parents. This massive scandal pushes her right back into the fire. They face off in court. Standing next to her paralyzed mother, her eyes are completely hollow. In the end, she pays him off. Then she flees the country. Xinyan searches for her constantly while studying abroad, but finds nothing. That is, until a massive sci-fi movie crew arrives at their school to film. A classmate drags them to watch, mentioning an Asian actress. Xinyan's heart suddenly skips a beat. When their eyes lock across the crowded set, it is like time completely stops. she actually senses it and turns around. She freezes, clearly stunned, but as Xinyan waves, she quickly turns away. Pretending not to know them hurts. Left hanging, Xinyan can only watch her.
Standing next to Western actors, she looks absolutely stunning, but she is doing all her own stunts.
The fragile girl turned into an absolute beast, taking raw hits in close combat. She gets slammed onto the floor, getting right back up. Dedication. When they wrap up at sunset, she is left all alone. Since she only has a minor role, there is no assistant to help her. Limping away with an injury, she hesitates when Xinyan calls her. Years of pent-up longing turn into pure hurt. Xinyan follows close behind and tugs her sleeve. She finally turns around, asking what they want. Xinyan softly says they missed her. The romantic tension is crazy. Her face flushes, but trying to back away triggers her injury. Seeing her heavily swollen ankle, Xinyan sighs softly and immediately crouches down to carry her.
She tries to decline, but Xinyan grabs her wrist, lowering their voice in a rare, firm tone that leaves no room for argument.
Climbing on, she feels impossibly light now, almost like a fragile cloud. As she leans against their back, her long dark hair spills over, blowing gently in the night wind. That familiar scent returns as she loops her arms around their neck. With her voice muffled against their shoulder, she asks why they would even come near someone with such a ruined reputation. Adjusting her weight, Xinyan replies that their heart knows her true self. Hearing that, she goes completely silent, burying her face. The tears flow. Wetting their shirt with tears, she confesses that her biological father is actually a gambling addict. No matter how hard she worked, she could never fill his endless debt. Whenever she tried to rebel, he used her mother to threaten her. She swears she never hurt her mother. The truth is out. Realizing she never wanted to ruin herself, Xinyan sees the parasitic father who was leeching off her. He tried selling her to wealthy men, but she fought back. "You are both good people," she whispers. Xinyan's throat tightens, asking why she never spoke up. She simply says they were too young. She did not want to drag them down. Her trauma is fully bare now. Squeezed dry by her abusive father, she barely managed to save her mother from hell. Hearing this, Xinyan's heart breaks, wishing they knew sooner. If only they could have shielded her. But now, they walk together. Leaves fall, people rush past. Xinyan holds her close. Gently touching Ningbing's soft cheek, Xinyan tells her seriously that she still has him, and he is not some kid anymore. He wants her to rely on him, but she just stays quiet. Arriving at her apartment, she pats his shoulder and invites him up for tea. Carrying her up the stairs, the door is opened by Ningbing's mom, who still struggles to walk. She eyes him warily, thinking he is another debt collector. Ningbing steps out from behind him and explains he is just a friend. Relief washes over her mom, who warmly welcomes him in with some hot tea. While chatting, her mom sighs upon hearing where Xinyan goes to school. It turns out Ningbing actually got accepted there too, but family tragedy ruined her chances. Xinyan asks if Ningbing used to be a top student, and her mom nods, saying she has always been a fiercely competitive girl. Applying ointment nearby, Ningbing cuts her off, saying that was ancient history. She never dwells on the past, instantly locking away any trace of vulnerability. Slipping into her house shoes, she heads to the kitchen and tells him to go home right after dinner. Naturally, he follows her inside anyway. He takes the groceries, noticing a small scrape on her hand. He tells her to avoid the water and let him cook, joking that her ointment would ruin the flavor. Ningbing laughs, calling him way too picky. She leans in to roll up his sleeves, offering to teach him the absolute easiest egg pancake recipe. Honestly, Xinyan can cook plenty of Chinese dishes, but he plays dumb to keep listening to her. He even gets flour on his hands on purpose. Pointing to his messy hands, he asks her to tie his apron. Ningbing teases him, calling him a pampered rich boy who never lifts a finger. She grabs her favorite apron and reaches around his waist from the front, almost like a hug. He asks if she still wants to return to school. He suggests they could be alumni, but Ningbing shakes her head. She has a new plan. She is going to act and become a movie star. Her eyes burn with pure ambition. Xinyan smiles, telling her she will make it, before asking if the future movie star can add him back on social media. Shockingly, Ningbing turns him down again. She takes a half step back, her eyes shifting as a heavy sadness settles over her. She quietly reminds him that they live in completely different worlds. They did not belong together back then, and they still do not now.
Xinyan cannot wrap his head around why she keeps running. Using the pancake as a blatant excuse, he keeps shamelessly showing up at her door. But during his visits, he notices shady guys lurking downstairs. Turns out, Ningbing's deadbeat dad blew all their money and ran up massive new debts. Now, those loan sharks are targeting Ningbing and her mother again. Determined to protect her dreams, Xinyan secretly steps in to handle the thugs.
But you cannot hide the truth forever. Unable to take the constant harassment anymore, Ningbing decides to relocate and hands him a bank card. She insists she cannot owe him and has returned every cent he spent. Panicking, Xinyan grabs her hand, terrified of losing her. He begs to know where she is going, but Ningbing stays silent. Standing in a thick winter beanie, snow begins falling onto her long eyelashes. After a long pause, she whispers that once she finally belongs in his world, they will meet again. Honestly, he has no idea what that means. To him, she has always been his entire world. But Ningbing strictly warns him to stop looking for her and focus on his own life. She tells him to walk his own path, cutting off his protests by saying that next time they meet, they both need to be at the top. Her words lock him onto his destined path as she turns and vanishes into the winter cold like melting snow. 4 years pass in complete silence. After graduation, Xinyan returns home to inherit the family business, working nonstop while his dad happily slacks off. In a rare moment of peace, he pulls out an old book, and a postcard suddenly slips out from the pages. On it is a picture of a smiling girl with a neat note on the back telling student Gu Xinyan to study hard. Staring at her signature, he realizes that as the years have flown by, even his memories of her are starting to blur. He feels completely lost, wondering if that long-haired girl who once cried silently on his back was even real, or just a beautiful dream. But get this, before he can even sink into depression, Ningbing's name suddenly blows up all over social media. She has swept multiple international film festivals, taking home Best Actress. Returning home with massive glory, her very first move is to hold a press conference. She exposes the lies that ruined her youth and personally sends her deadbeat father to prison. Suddenly, every channel is covering her triumphant return. Headlines call her the ultimate returning goddess and Asia's most beautiful actress. With all this prestige, public opinion flips overnight from mocking to worshiping her. No one actually cares about the hardships behind her success. Xinyan just stares at her familiar face on the screen. Her youthful innocence is totally gone, replaced by gorgeous wavy hair, fiery red lips, and stunning eyes that feel incredibly cold. Ningbing clawed her way to the top of the film industry. Pushed to the brink, she spent 6 long years surviving as an extra before winning Best Actress. Starting over from nothing, she made it back to the top. For 4 years, Xinyan did exactly what she asked, transforming from a lazy rich kid into a respected CEO. He wonders if this finally counts as fulfilling their promise. If so, then he definitely has the right to be a little reckless now. He decides to enter her world and set up a perfect chance encounter. Once that thought takes root, there is absolutely no stopping him. He drags his vacationing dad back to the office and shoves him into the CEO chair, telling him he needs to handle something major. His dad is fuming, asking what could possibly be more important than his retirement. Xinyan simply grins, saying he is going to win them a daughter-in-law. Realizing he's still after Ningbing, his dad points out she might not even look at him now. Xinyan just smiles. Let the chase begin. Get back to work right now! Our boy talks a big game, but honestly, he's shaking inside. It's been way too long, and he has no idea how to face her. Luckily, a perfect chance drops right into his lap. His producer buddy calls him late at night, saying the rich heir trope is trending and he is the perfect fit. Come save my show for a couple episodes. He says no shot, until his friend drops the ultimate bait. Bai Ningbing is joining. The absolute goddess of Asia. His friend Wei Baxi spent a fortune to invite her, never expecting her to actually say yes. She is actually coming. Our boy instantly changes his mind and dives headfirst into showbiz. Under the blooming trees, the summer breeze blows through Bai Ningbing's hair. Honestly, she is so gorgeous, it's actually crazy. When she hears his name, she turns. Their eyes meet, and afraid of breaking the stream, he softly whispers, "Long time no see, sister." She can't believe it, asking why he's on a dating show. He doesn't hold back. I don't want to see you with anyone else. She calls him a childish kid, warning him that matching up has consequences. He just smiles. Will you let me take that risk?
She hesitates. Truth is, she actually came here to find a husband.
But she looks him in the eye and rejects him. Why? Before she can explain, he cuts her off. You're going to say we live in different worlds, right? But he's already chased her here. There's nowhere left to hide. She pouts, her cold mask completely melting as she whines about how mean he's got. Our boy plays it cool, pushing just enough.
He tells her he won't force anything. Go ahead, choose whoever. It's the first episode, so random pairing is allowed anyway.
A popular starlet ends up choosing him. Politely, he hosts a beautiful stargazing dinner, but honestly, he feels absolutely zero spark. His eyes keep drifting to Bai Ningbing, who seems totally checked out on her own date while her partner sings with a guitar. She literally roasted the guy's English pronunciation on the spot. Another dude strips down to swim trunks to show off his body. He's flexing his body, but she tells him his body's too greasy. Honestly, her reaction is absolute gold. He can't help but laugh out loud. Once the cameras stop rolling, it's free time.
He takes the handmade chocolates he made earlier and knocks on her door. She stands there, glaring at him with crossed arms.
Why give this to me instead of your date? He says she's cutting sugar, and she's shocked he's giving her leftovers. But he steps closer. I actually made these specially for you. Will this gift score me a date tomorrow?
She snatches the chocolate and slams the door.
But the next day, game on. As another girl approaches him, Bai Ningbing shoves a riding crop into his hand and tells him to follow her. Dressed in a sleek red riding suit, she gallops off. He quickly catches up, riding side by side into the morning wind. They leave the film crew in the dust. Only a lone drone watches from above. Suddenly, she pulls him off his horse. Both of them crash down as the horses run off. He cushions her head as they roll down the grassy slope, landing with her right on top of him.
Staring into his eyes, she whispers that she never wanted to drag him into this, but he's the one who provoked her.
Her eyes are teary, but absolutely captivating. He takes her hand as she reveals her mother is sick and wants her settled. I need a temporary boyfriend, she says. He looks her dead in the eye and replies, let's just get married. Talk about a risky play. He's sweating bullets inside, terrified he'll scare her off. In the heavy silence, his chest tightens. Her hand is still resting right over his racing heart, making his mind go wild. But she actually nods. Yes. Then she whispers that the chocolate was sweet, thanking him. His heart literally explodes with joy. He pulls her close, promising to make her favorite pancakes when they go home. It feels like a total dream. The nation's goddess is now officially his wife, even if it's just on paper. They are a secret contract couple. They agreed to keep it a secret from the entire world. If he ever finds someone else, she'll let him go. A whole year of this has him stressed. Now that her mother has passed away, his panic is at an all-time high. Will she even want to stay with him? He has no idea if she actually loves him. He's closed multi-million-dollar deals, but he's never felt this insecure. While he's sulking on the couch, his dad calls, complaining about wanting to retire and wondering why he's still in showbiz. When his dad hears he got kicked out to the sofa, the old man loses it, calling him incredibly useless. Why are you acting like a lovesick teenager? Our boy rolls his eyes, telling his dad he spends way too much time online. But the old man just tells him to shut up. Your dad's got a plan to save this marriage. So our main character's dad hatches a crazy scheme to leak rumors about an arranged business marriage just to make his son's secret wife jealous. Since everyone thinks Gu Xingyan is single, potential partners start lining up, and the gossip immediately reaches his wife, Bai Ningbing. Rushing to explain, he finds a signed divorce agreement. Utter shock. Just then, his dad calls to ask if the plan worked. Gu Xingyan just groans. She actually wants a divorce. No time to waste. He hangs up and rushes straight to her filming set. He intercepts Bai Ningbing the moment she wraps filming, explaining the rumors are just a fake stunt, but she looks completely drained. He begs her to believe him, but she just stares out the window, quietly telling him to find someone else. Frustrated, he grabs her shoulders, demanding to know what she is really thinking. She holds up the divorce papers. Since her mother passed, she feels she should have signed them long ago. Then, rip! She shreds the document. She smiles through her tears, whispering that she does not want to divorce him after all. She wants to keep him, but feels she does not deserve his perfect life.
Gu Xingyan is stunned. All these years, he was the one chasing her, constantly feeling inadequate.
10 years of loving her in secret, and now she feels inadequate?
Bai Ningbing gently touches his face, asking if he remembers their very first meeting. Back then, he barged in like a complete idiot, and she was terrified he would get beaten by his family. But his dad was actually sweet, even funding her acting career to help keep his son in line. She chuckles, praying to an actress instead of a god? Classic. Gu Xingyan rubs his nose sheepishly, admitting that meeting her saved him from being a spoiled brat. He grew up with love. She had to fight just to survive. Even now, she feels the mud never washes off. Climbing to the top was just an escape.
It was never about their status, just her internal scars. Slowly, she hooks her finger under his chin. She whispers that a naive, rich guy like him is far too easy to take advantage of. Her fingers tickle his chin like a kitten. He looks down and asks why she did not eat him up. She had a conscience. She tried to push him away, but he kept running back.
He has been chasing her from age 18 to 28 through every breakup and reunion. On her tiptoes, she bites his lip. What is she planning next? Bai Ningbing smirks, wrapping his tie around her hand to pull him close. I am going to drag you down with me, she whispers as he wraps his arms around her waist. He asks if she still wants her perfect hero, but she prefers her favorite little idiot.